Good morning everyone. Today I am here to present one of the most loved children novels of all time, Matilda by Roald Dahl. Matilda is not just a story about a little girl. It is a celebration of intelligence, courage and the quiet power of standing up for what is right and what is wrong. So the story revolves around Matilda Wormwood, an exceptionally bright child born to be very careless and rude parents. Her father is dishonest, loud and proud of cheating people, while her mother is completely uninterested in Matilda and spends most of her time playing bingo. In a house where books are ignored and intelligence is mocked, Matilda grows up feeling invisible. But instead of becoming bitter, she turns to books. By the age of being merely 4, Matilda has read some of the greatest works of literature, from Charles Dickens to Jane Austen. Books become her escape, her teachers and her friends. Roald Dahl beautifully shows how reading gives Matilda strength and confidence, even when the world around her is unfair. When Matilda finally goes to school, things take an interesting turn. She meets Miss Honey, a kind and gentle teacher who immediately recognizes Matilda's extraordinary intelligence. Miss Honey is everything Matilda's parents are not: patient, caring and encouraging. Their bond is one of the most heartwarming parts of the book. However, the school is ruled by one of the most terrifying villains in children's literature, Miss Trunchbull. She is the headmistress, a former hammer-throwing champion who hates children and enjoys punishing them cruelly. From throwing students via their pigtails to locking them in a dark cupboard called the Chokey, Miss Trunchbull represents power used in the most horrible way. As the story progresses, Matilda discovers that she has a strange and magical ability. She can move things using only her mind. Instead of using this power selfishly, Matilda uses it to help others, especially Miss Honey, whose past is deeply connected to Miss Trunchbull in a shocking way. One of the strongest themes of Matilda is justice. Roald Dahl makes it very clear that cruelty should not go unchallenged and even the smallest person can make a big difference. Matilda may be young, but her intelligence, bravery and sense of right and wrong makes her stronger than the adults who try to control her. Another important theme is the power of education. Through Matilda, Dahl shows that learning is not boring or useless. It is powerful. Knowledge gives Matilda independence and helps her shape her own destiny. The book quietly encourages children to love reading and to never be ashamed of being curious or intelligent. Roald Dahl's writing style deserves a special mention. His language is simple yet sharp, filled with humor, exaggeration and memorable descriptions. Characters like Miss Trunchbull are almost cartoonish, yet they feel real because they represent real life unfairness. Dahl also respects children as readers, never talking down to them, but instead trusting them to understand deep ideas. What makes Matilda truly special is that it gives hope. It tells readers that being different is not a weakness. Kindness matters and intelligence is something to be proud of. Matilda does not wait for adults to save her. She becomes her own hero. In conclusion, Matilda is a timeless classic that can be enjoyed by children and adults alike. It is funny, inspiring and slightly rebellious, with a strong moral message hidden beneath its humor. I would highly recommend this book to anyone who loves the stories about courage, cleverness and standing up against injustice. Thank you. I hope you really like this review.